Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hello, Kate. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent, Crystal. How are you?
Wonderful. I feel awesome. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is. Every day is a beautiful day.
Indeed, indeed. Well, today we're going to speak about science of getting rich. And I really love this, what we're going to speak about because it's how to be successful, how rich we are, and yeah, it's amazing. I just feel that so many people will be blessed through this.
Yep, it's such a simplistic concept, and we try to make it so complex, and we don't have to. There is the way that we are designed, the world is designed, we are designed to be successful, to be rich.
It's true. And with that, I want to start with a quote by Earl Nightingale when he said, "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal." Isn't that beautiful? It means that we are always continually moving ahead, moving forward, and especially when we take action, don't we?
Yep, it's all about setting those goals and then taking inspired action every day, which
Yeah.
we're going to talk about today with our chapter.
Yes. Well, the right to be rich, we have been discussing it earlier and said, no, maybe the right is a strong word, but actually it's it fits, doesn't it?
It does. And what I was struggling with that terminology is it implies that you should be given everything that you need in life when really it means everything is there for you to take action on. And it to me, I see it as a um even playing field. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your education is, none of that matters. We all have the ability to go after success and actually attain it.
Yes, and we are all born we perfect in the image and likeness of God. So we are all righteous, well, made righteous because we are his children, aren't we?
Yeah, and I'll take that even a step further to say that to me that means that we have everything that we need is within us. We have all the tools, all the knowledge, everything that we need to go ahead and be successful. And I mean, where else can you say that? It doesn't matter if you are from, you know, the United States and Ivy League schools or somebody in China that only had middle school education. It doesn't matter. Everybody has been given the same thing. It's what you do with it that makes the big difference.
It's true. And it's also the belief that we have. If we believe that we are just for this, that only those people from Ivy League should uh, receive millions and millions, whereas Bob Proctor didn't even finish high school. And he has millions and millions, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So,
he talks about that frequently that he has no business experience, but yet he's well, probably even more than that now, probably billionaire, right? And
yes.
it's just amazing, but it holds the principles that he talks about, that the universe is an orderly universe and that we have everything we need. We just need to get out of our own way.
Yes. And the only thing that's blocking us is ourselves. And you
Yeah,
say, what? Me? No. Isn't it funny?
it is because it really is you. And it took me quite a long time to figure that out, that my own thoughts were what is holding me back. And even now I have to catch myself. And I know we've talked about it before, but sometimes you get this really small picture or perception of what things should be when that's actually blocking you. If you just open up and think about what if, what could be, then all of a sudden your minds expand and maybe answers come to you that you hadn't thought of, or opportunities are presented to you that you hadn't thought of before.
Yeah.
We are our own worst enemy. We block ourselves from the potential that is available to us.
And we are the keys, that we are the ones that hold that key to unblocking ourselves. So taking actions is one of the keys, don't you believe? Don't you think so?
Absolutely. And I'm going to put it right back on you and say, how do you know what action to take?
Well, if that action is, if you believe that that action is bringing you closer to the things that you desire, and so it means it's the right action. Because even if you take the smallest action every day, it compounds. Like John Maxwell says, compounding is everything. So tiny little action every day, when you put them all together, they become big. So I believe that's the way how to get there.
Yep. And I absolutely agree with you. And I think a lot of people, like myself, a lot of times you might have a goal, but you have no clue how to get there. And so that becomes a stumbling block for a lot of people. And if that happens, I always say, just think about or write down, what could you do? And it may be something as simple as, well, I know that I want to expand this part of my business, but I don't know what supplies are needed. So maybe it's just simple as, getting on the internet and looking up, trying to research it, or talking to a mentor or somebody else that's in the business. You don't have to know the next step. You just have to take a step towards that goal. Find something that you can do, because once you take that little step, what's going to happen, right? More steps are going to open up.
Yes. And have I mentioned it before that when I watched Jim Carrey's movie before, The Yes Man? So Jim Carrey was invited to this convention, and they were invited to say yes to everything, even if to the craziest thing, like giving your car to a stranger. Like, what? Giving your car to a stranger? But then he did that, and then another stranger gave him a bigger car or something like that. And then when you say yes, you say yes to opportunities as well, and opportunities come to you without hesitation, without any blockage. I think that really helped me, because I said, yes, okay, I'm going to say yes to every opportunities, whatever it is. And opportunities really come.
Yes.
And when you take action, tiny actions, it becomes everything. It brings you quicker to your goal, to your desired place, actually.
Yeah. To me, it's like the magical part of attaining your goal or manifesting, because one little action, it's like a key on a hotel door. When you tap that door and take that action, it opens up a whole nother area. And all of a sudden you get all these other stimulus to say, well, that could help, or that could help, or that could help. And it just keeps opening door upon door upon door. So yes, take whatever action, anything that you can do to step you towards your goal, and watch how it just blossoms. It's magical. It really is.
Yes. And because of it, we are not worthy of it, but it's worthy of us, because we are trading our life, our time, our talents, and everything for it. So yes, we are going to live the lives that we are supposed to, because like we said in the beginning, we are children of God. We are made perfectly in his image, and God wants us to be rich, to be abundant, and to live without any problem, so that we can give value to others. We can extend our help to people for me, for my family in the Philippines, for example, or for people who loves donating in orphanages in Africa, helping people have clean water in Africa, things like that. They need money. We need money.
Yep.
And so if we become rich, we need to use it for helping others, for to give value to others.
Yep, absolutely. It made me think for a second that, it was a saying that Bob had, went right over the top of my head as you were talking. I'll have to come back to it. It was about that, everybody has the same opportunities if you're willing to see everything that you have before you. You mentioned the people in the Philippines, like your relatives. You were just talking a minute ago about the wealth that was created almost magically. You had a relative that now can do help to others, which brings her financial abundance. And then that's just going to keep trickling down from her to her kids to her grandkids. So again, everybody has that same opportunity. It's just, are you willing to see and to step forward in faith, allowing that to open the door, to open the next action for you?
Yes. And are you willing to take action for that? I think that's the big question. Are you willing to take action to trade your life for it? Because many of us say, okay, but money is evil. Money is not good. We have been thought. We have thought about money being evil, and we have been taught about money being evil because many rich people, unfortunately, do that. But many rich people also help billions, millions of people. Bill Gates help people.
Yeah.
Bob has schools in Africa, and for us, we try our best to help also orphanages in the Philippines, pregnant women without families. So we need money. Like Mother Teresa, who would have thought that she's one of the richest women in the world? But she is, because of her mentality, being able to help others. She's with the poorest of the poor, but her mentality, once she goes to an office and asks for donations, people just open their wallets, don't they?
Yep. And I would add in that one of the keys that I really, kind of opened my mind a little bit is, if you are unsure of what to do every day, the concept that you should do your job to the best and above, to do better than you did yesterday, and watch how that opens doors too, how that opens opportunities. That was a big one for me, to see that in this book, it talks about doing things in the right way. And that's one of them. Honestly, assess yourself. Do you give 100% at your job every day? And if you don't, then that's where you start. That's that little action step that you take. If you don't know what to do, the least you can do is do your job the best every day.
Yes, I agree with that. Be the best version of you every day.
Exactly.
In everything that you do.
Yep. There's always room for improvement. Even with as aware as we are, there's always room for improvement every day.
That's true. Oh, that's awesome. I love talking with you, Kate. And I believe that we are trying our best to give value to people around us, and even for those who we haven't met. So drop us a line and We'll be in contact with you. Let us know how we can help you, how we can give value to you. And see you again next week.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See ya.
Bye.